for a pair left and right cost $400. Then I bought this brake ducting for like $80 and then a couple clamps. This could be the biggest waste of my money ever, but we're gonna find out. Today in Rob's Garage, we're going to try and install BimmerWorld brake cooling ducts for the E92 M3 track car. So most people probably only install these types of ducts if you're doing endurance racing, not sprint or time attack events like that I do. I'm running StopTech ST40s, they're 4-piston calipers. I've gotten a lot of life out of these rotors. I'm still running the original StopTech big brake kit rotors I installed 3 years ago. So I got 3 seasons on the one set of rotors, but now they've cracked, so we're going to replace them while we do this job. I'm going to give these a try. Maybe they'll extend the life of the rotors. Maybe they will help keep them a little cooler and give me a little more confidence on my braking ability on track. Or maybe they're going to be a complete waste of time and money. I've not seen very much information about these on the forums or on YouTube or anywhere, so I figured I might as well make a video about it. Let's give it a try. Backing plates from BimmerWorld. They're made out of carbon fiber. They are like super light. I mean, it feels like I've got a feather in my hand. They are so light. The backing plate is kind of an oval shape. And of course, our ducting is a circle. It's round. So we're gonna try, I'm already envisioning this is gonna be a little bit of trouble to try and get that to fit on there. All right, just taking the caliper bolts off here. There it comes. Caliper removed. We're gonna support it up top here. See, these rotors are ready for replacement. In terms of thickness, they've still got enough thickness on them, but you can see these cracks here. These cracks have gone over the ridge just from the heat, and that's enough to give me caution and say it's time to replace. The OEM backing plate has 3 bolts to remove, little 10 millimeters like this, 1, 2, 3 down there. Take that off, really simple. And I was thinking, all right, all I got to do is slide the new backing plate on, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute, it's not that big of a hole to fit over the hub. So I tried to play some Tetris here, but it's impossible. I guess we got to remove these hubs. These are actually F80 hubs from Core 4 Motorsports that have press-in studs from the back, so a big upgrade. Even after removing the hubs, the backing plate didn't quite fit, so I broke out the Dremel tool and had to make a few cuts. Cut out mostly just the bottom piece right down here. For the 3 mounting holes here, I just had to drill them out a little bit with a 1/4-inch drill bit and just made them a little bit bigger so these bolts could fit in, and it's nice and solid. So now we're going to see if the brakes will fit or if I'm going to have to do any cutting around here. We've got the hub temporarily on, I mean just hand tight, and we tried to put the rotor on and watch what happens. Let's see, get this positioned right. Cannot push the rotor any further because it's hitting the backing plate. It's like hitting it, rubbing up against it. And so we kind of measured, and it's about, what do we say? Half an inch. Half an inch we'd have to cut in for the rotor to seat up against the hub. And there is not a half an inch, look right there, there's not a half an inch of that backing plate we can cut off without, you know, basically destroying this inlet for the pipe. Conclusion is this backing plate is not going to work, at least not with StopTech ST40 rotors. These are 355 millimeter by 35 millimeter rotors, and the design of which just is not, it's just not compatible, at least with these F80 hubs and these backing plates. So I would pull out my original E92 hubs and see how they fit up here, but I can't seem to find them at the moment. but I don't think it makes a difference. I mean, they are different hubs, but I don't think that they are much different in terms of the shape. So anyway, I'm gonna have to talk to BimmerWorld. So you can see I've removed BimmerWorld's backing plate. I contacted them, and unfortunately they said, well, hey, what kind of rotors are you running? What kind of big brake kit setup do you have? I said, StopTech. And I said, oh yeah, these only work with like AP Racing or something that's even discontinued. So that was a waste of $400. Fortunately, they allowed me to ship the one back that I didn't cut into. It's a beautiful looking piece, but don't waste your money unless you contact BimmerWorld first and make sure that it is compatible with your big brake kit. Alternatively, here's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna create my own. I found an aircraft part supplier that sells ducting, which is only 2.5 inches, which is perfect for these holes on the back here, which are 2.5 inches. I was struggling trying to figure out how I was gonna fit BimmerWorld's 3-inch piping. So on the back of my lip here, which is made by a company called Mode Carbon. It's seen better days now. It's been hit on the track a bit, but it's a fiberglass piece finished in carbon fiber weave. But these holes in the back specifically made for ducting are 2.5 inch. And so I got 2.5 inch pipe, and this aircraft supplier, they make these aluminum flanges that are also 2.5 inches. They're so light. They're lighter than the carbon fiber backing plates. Why is that important? What I plan to do is just rivet these on the back of the OEM backing plate, maybe about here, but for like $80, it was like $420 less than the BimmerWorld kit. I placed the flange up here and tried to draw an inner circle while holding it on, and there's just not a lot of room to get a really good circle. And of course, this is like ribbed. Oh, here's the finished product. It's not perfect, but should do just fine. Cut a 2.5 inch hole here with the hole saw, cleaned it up a little bit, rough edges. Used 3 pop rivets to secure the flange to the backing plate, and then I used 1 screw and a nut, although in hindsight, I probably should have reversed it so the nut would be on this side in case I needed to, you know, put a wrench through here with when the brake rotors are on. So it's gonna be a little difficult to get a screw in here. So I guess I could change it, but I put some blue Loctite on there to hold it really good. And that's just for redundancy, in case all the pop rivets come out due to heat or something. At least I've got a backup. And here's the other side. You can see what that looks like. And then we're going to attach the pipes here to our opening there and on the flange in here. First of all, it's just a simple hose clamp on the back here. Tightened it down pretty secure. This is an aluminum flange, so it could handle pretty decent tightness. What I did though is I made sure that I had the steering turned all the way open so that I have plenty of flex in the pipe before I connected it to the front opening and cut the hose to length. That way, here for example, as you see here, this hose will need to stretch a bit when you go full lock, to the outside. What I didn't factor in is what happens when you need to go full lock inside. Will I have enough space to accommodate my 295 width tires? We will find out. So what I did is used a couple of zip ties to just secure it to the front thrust arm, and then also 2 under tray piece I have over here. And mostly just to try and keep it out of the way, especially in case it hits the wheel, but also just for redundancy in case something were to happen with these clamps. The clamp up front here, I didn't want to over tighten it because it's just going into fiberglass. I didn't want to break that. And I did have to sand down the lip a little bit so I could slide it on to that fiberglass a little bit better. So I guess the next thing is I need to put the brakes on, and then we'll test fit with a wheel on and see if we've got enough space for when you're full lock inside. Okay guys, so with the wheel turned this far, it's spinning freely, not hitting the hose, but it is really damn close. If I go full lock inward, this passenger side wheel, yeah, that's full lock. It's gonna rub slightly. I don't have any other ideas though, unless I mean, there's nowhere else to route the duct, not that I can tell. So, let's think about this. So guys, I have been thinking about it. Is it gonna hold up? I don't know, but here's what I've decided. I'm going to bed. It's 2 in the morning, I'm tired. I gotta get ready to go to Willow Springs tomorrow. I'll button this thing up tomorrow, load up in the trailer. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna hold up? This custom brake cooling duct, I don't know, it's worth a shot. We'll find out. Hitting Willow Springs for my first Bimmer Challenge event of the year. It's round 3, and we'll see how we do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can follow along and see how I do at Big Willow and whether or not this homemade job is gonna hold up. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on down the road.